Are you trying to figure out how to navigate and deal with a narcissistic parent? Well, my heart breaks for you, and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to give you 5 tips to navigate dealing with a narcissistic parent. Now, before I get into those 5 tips, I want to clear something up, because before step number 1, you need this information to be able to enact step number 1, okay? What creates a narcissistic parent is childhood developmental trauma. Now, I'm not going to get into that, but I have previous videos. I'm going to leave you the links of what creates a narcissist. Many people want this to be a genetic disorder. It is not a genetic disorder. Based on all available science, studies, and everything, what creates a narcissist is childhood trauma, developmental trauma, almost always at the hands of the primary caregivers, which is parents. And that's devastating. Because let's face it, who do we want? If there's anyone in this world we want complete love and acceptance from, it's our parents. Well, your parents didn't get it, and sadly, they're not giving it to you. They're not capable of it. So I have to make that clear, that I know people like to argue with it, but that's the truth. It is childhood developmental trauma that creates a narcissist. We have to accept that, and that leads to step number 1, acceptance. See, what keeps us from being able to deal with the narcissistic parent is we keep wanting to fix it, figure it out. We can't figure it out. It's damage that was done in childhood that you have absolutely no control over. And so what we have to, for those of us raised by a narcissistic parent, we have to accept that this parent will never listen. They will never admit that they're a narcissist or that they are ever the problem. They will never compromise. They will never care about you. They don't care about a family or any type of connection. Only power. Sadly, instead of loving and adoring you and connecting with you and being that parent that you deserve, all they care about is having the world revolve around them. Now let that sink in for a minute. Like, really accept that. That's devastating. Like, it's bringing me to tears, because think of that. The person watching this who's going, my God, this is my mom or dad. That's devastating, and that's what you need to do, is bawl your eyes out, because you didn't and you will not get the parenting that you deserve. Tragic. Now, they didn't either, but this video isn't about them, okay? This video is about you and what you've experienced, and it's tragic. You will not get it. There's nothing you can do to change that, and that's the first step, is to accept. Like, there's an emptiness in that acceptance. There's a finality, and that's going to hit you very hard. And so that's why I'm kind of rambling on here, is I'm trying to honor what that means for you. I'm not just going to, oh, here's a quick tip and move on. Like, you deserve to be honored in this moment of, do you realize what that means in your life? And for those watching, maybe you're watching for somebody else, but the impact of this truth, that this parent went through so much trauma in their own life, they are incapable of loving you. And they only see you as a prop. They only see you as a puppet to maneuver in a way that benefits them. That is not what a parent is meant to be for any of us. And so I want to honor you and in a sense, be there for you, because your parents aren't. So I ask that you do, that's part of this, that you're going to have to learn to do that for yourself, is honor yourself and accept, wow, the devastation of this realization. Okay? So that's step number 1. Step number 2 I'm going to give you is very powerful, and it'll help you create the separation because you've been demeaned and belittled and made to feel guilty and responsible and carry the weight of your parents' pain and self-loathing. And step number 2 is turn everything around. And what I mean by that is every one of your parents' insults, all the negativity, all the criticism, all the blame, the shame, the manipulation, the belittling of you that they have done, all of that is just a projection of their own self-loathing, of their own pain that they've placed on you. It is not yours. It never was. It was never your burden to carry. Now it's time to turn around. And so my suggestion to you is to write out all the ways they've done it. Blame, shame, guilt, the criticism, all of it. List it all out. And then take all of those words, and instead of, the way they did it is, you're this, you the child, or you've made me this way, you're making me miserable, you don't care about me, and flip it. All right, and what that means is, instead of you, it's I don't care about me. I'm to blame for my misery. Do you see? What it is you're showing what's actually going on inside of your parent. They're talking to themselves and they're projecting it on you. So turn every you statement, every manipulative statement where they tried to say you were the problem, and turn it into I. That's how you flip it around. And you'll see, oh my God, this is how my parent feels about themselves. This is what they were taught as a child. It'll give you tremendous empathy into what they experienced and how they were raised. But I don't want you, don't go there yet. Like, it's wonderful to empathize with our parents, but not yet. First, empathize with yourself and create that separation of, oh my God, that's their pain. Now I see it for the first time. None of that guilt and shame and blame was mine. It was all theirs. And that's what will allow you to separate it and see that you don't have to carry it and go, oh my God, that's all theirs. All right? Don't get to the empathy, because the empathy could suck you into taking on more of it, and you've taken on enough. You don't need to take on any more. This video is about you and your recovery and recognizing for the first time that you have value, that you have meaning, that you are worthy beyond measure. They couldn't see it, not because they're bad people, but because their parents were broken and didn't allow them. But now it's time for you to learn how to see yourself. And that's what this is about, is take all of that disparaging moments, comments, either said or even the nonverbal messages that they sent, and flip them. And that'll create a separation. You no longer have to carry their pain. You're free. All right? Tip number 3, don't stand in front of it any longer, okay? All of that criticism, when the lies come out, when the gaslighting starts, when the blame, the shame, the criticism, the manipulation, end it. You've been standing in front of it all this time, trying to have conversations, trying to work it out, trying to make sense of it. That has to end. From now on, recognize, I do not and I will not stand in front of the abuse any longer. And so a simple way to do that is, the second you see it coming up, the second the gaslighting or the blame or whatever it is they do, when it happens, you just go, Mom, this conversation no longer works for me. I'm going to hang up, or I'm going to leave. Hope you have a great day. In other words, it's called a wall of pleasantness. You don't argue with them, because you can't argue. You already know. You spent your whole life trying to argue with a narcissist and be seen and heard. It's not possible. They can't. So stop and just use a wall of pleasantness. This conversation no longer works for me. I'm going to head home. Have a great day, and get out. Don't stand in front of the abuse any longer. Step number 4, set boundaries with them just like you would with a child. Literally, you need to start seeing this parent of yours as an infant. They're a child. They are not an adult. Emotionally, they are, no one likes this word, but they're retarded. They never matured emotionally. They got stuck. Part of normal human development is a narcissistic stage. That's healthy. Usually, 3 to 6 years old, we hit a narcissistic stage. It's part of how we learn independence. The problem is many children get stuck in that because of the way they were raised. Well, that's your parent. And so they are a child. They are an infant. And so we need to set boundaries with them. And we need to be firm with those boundaries. We can't, it's just like the abuse. We can no longer tolerate it. We need to enact consequences immediately. Never let them off the hook for that as soon as they're crossed. Now, again, it may feel like you're disciplining a child, and that's because you are. But be firm and clear as to why you're putting your foot down. And what that means is don't tell them who they are. That can be the problem. Well, because of you, I'm doing this. No. You get clear with, this behavior doesn't work for me, and therefore I won't tolerate it. See, make it about yourself and why you're setting that clear boundary. So don't let them show up uninvited. Don't let them guilt or shame you. That's don't stand in front of it and immediately put a consequence in place. Mom, I found out that when I hear someone use words like that about me, I no longer spend time with them. So it's up to you. You get to decide how you want to talk to people. But I've decided that anyone who uses language like that, I no longer grace them with my presence. So I won't be around for a while. If you ever decide you want to stop using language like that, let me know. And we could talk about spending time together again. And you get the hell out. That's forceful, direct. Did you hear? It's also all about me. It's the only thing I can control is myself. We're not telling them that who they are is bad or wrong. It's none of our business. But we are saying, I will not stand in front of this abuse. I'm setting a loving boundary that protects us both. That's kind and loving, because if we allow somebody to abuse us, we are being manipulative and enabling them to be inappropriate. Well, that's not loving. See, people are afraid to set boundaries, and what that means is, I'm teaching you it's okay to be abusive. Well, I thought we were kind and loving. That's why we set the boundary, is we love them. And so we politely let them know this behavior will not be tolerated anymore. All right? Number 5, our life, we were taught to prioritize them. We switch that. It's time to start prioritizing ourselves. And we do that by getting into recovery. We start working with a specialist. Someone like myself, who's an expert in trauma recovery, an expert in codependence recovery. Again, it doesn't have to be me. There are many experts out there, but make damn sure they're experts in childhood trauma and codependence recovery. Prioritize yourself. Get the healing that your parent never pursued, and that's why they're stuck in this, but you don't have to. This is how you stop it. You go and basically reparent yourself because you weren't parented. Again, this goes back to the acceptance, and this may bring up tears, but you were not parented. And so you need somebody to teach you how to parent yourself. In the next video, I'm going to talk more about that when I get into exactly how to heal from a narcissistic parent. So please tune into the video that's coming up in a couple of days to watch that. But you need to learn to develop self-love. You need to learn how to say no. And you need to learn how to release guilt from loving yourself. Okay? Now, if you don't know how to do that, please go to my website, www.thegreatnessuniversity.com. It's an online magazine site. I have a whole section on self-love. Tons of videos and articles that will show you, it's all free, that'll show you exactly how to get rid of the guilt, to build the self-love, the steps to take on a daily basis. Whether you like to watch videos, you can watch the videos. You can read the articles. There are also, if you go on the site, under the free content, there are exercises that teach you, free downloadable exercises to teach you how to develop that self-love. Prioritize yourself. Go to that site. If you like it, subscribe to it. But go through all of that material. It's free. It's showing you exactly how to prioritize yourself and get the parenting and love that you didn't receive as a child. So there you go. There are your 5 tips. Again, if you like this, please like it. If you think it can help somebody, please share. Leave me your comments. And finally, again, go to my website, www.thegreatnessuniversity.com, for all of those free downloads and free exercises and free content to help you recover from all of this. And as always, enjoy the journey.